Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. My name is Dave Little, and it is a pleasure to bring you tonight's edition of the Epic Basketball League 1971-72 season using Action PC Basketball. And tonight's matchup will pit the Milwaukee Bucks against the New York Knicks. And this is a game that has some importance to both these teams. As we know, the standings you can see on the screen right now. This is a 20-game season, and it is made up of 3 divisions, gold, silver, and bronze. And we use a relegation system. So at the end of each season, the bottom 2 teams from gold and silver will drop down by a division. The top 2 teams in the bronze and silver divisions will move up. And the division alignments are also very, very important to the playoffs. The playoffs start in the bronze, and you got to work your way through the bronze, then work your way through the silver and into the gold. So in order to get the most favorable playoff seedings, you want to be in that gold division. And tonight's game between Milwaukee and New York features 2 teams that are fighting to avoid relegation. Milwaukee at 6-7 is just 1 game ahead of Atlanta for that crucial 4th spot. And New York is not out of the woods here yet themselves. So big game tonight between Lou Alcindor, actually now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the first time, and the New York Knicks featuring a very entertaining team, Walt Frazier, Earl Monroe, Jerry Lucas out of Ohio State. Fun teams to watch here. So this should be a fun game tonight. Now let's get into the Action PC basketball game. This game is actually a scheduled game for December the 17th. And we've got some pre-plays to do of the weeks ahead. So let's play December 11th, and we'll run through these games as we see Boston and Baltimore going at it. And the winner, close game down the stretch. And it looks like Boston is going to pull out ahead and win this one by 9. So good for them. 35 points for John Havlicek. And we move on to Philadelphia and Houston, the matchup we saw on the channel 2 weeks ago. Apologies for those of you who were looking for a game last week. I was a little under the weather last Friday night and just could not get my poop in a group enough to get a game onto the channel. As we see Buffalo with a home court win over Cleveland, both those teams chasing for the opportunity to move up. Buffalo, it's a 3-way dogfight there in the bronze division. Phoenix, Detroit, and Buffalo, 2 of those 3 teams will move up for 1972-73. And tonight, Buffalo gets a much-needed win. And the star of that game was Bob Kaufman for Buffalo, the all-star power forward, 21 points, 15 rebounds. And now we move on to Seattle Golden State, as these 2 teams are battling out in the silver division. Seattle potentially on their way to relegation this year, but they come out with a win here, a 1-point victory, with Rule just holding the ball, as it looked like they led down the stretch. Golden State got a late basket to pull within 1, but could go no further in that one. Spencer Haywood, 30 points in that one for Seattle. Now we look at Philadelphia-Houston. 2 teams battling in the silver division, looking to move up for the next year. And this one goes to Houston by 14. And the star of that one is Stu Lance, shooting guard for Houston, alongside Elvin Hayes, the Big E, with those 21 rebounds. New York and LA, this is a big game for the Knicks, leading into tonight's game, New York trying to stay up in the upper tier of the Gold Division. And they are battling it out with the Lakers on the road, and New York comes away with the road win. How about that? As Los Angeles goes down to defeat once again, despite 27 points from Jerry West. Big game for Dave DeBusschere for the Knicks. 21 rebounds, and we'll get to see him tonight as well. Chicago and Milwaukee. Big game for Milwaukee here as they try to keep pace. And they have a lead over Chicago in the fourth quarter, and they get the home victory, 130 to 121. And it is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, your league leading scorer, with 35 points to pace Milwaukee in that one, putting them at 7-7. Last game of the day for December 11th, Detroit and Phoenix. The two top teams in the Bronze Division battling it out. And Detroit looks to be running away with this one, and they pick up the 25-point win. And it was a big night for Jimmy Walker for the Pistons. All right, that takes care of December the 11th. So we'll move on to the 14th and play through these quickly. I apologize that I'm behind schedule on these, but I had to run right down here to get on the stream by 7. Don't want to keep my fans waiting. Cincinnati and Chicago. Cincinnati has managed 2 wins on the season. Let's see what they can do visiting the second place Chicago Bulls. And it looks like the Bulls are running away with this one. This could be a 30-point whopping. It's a 33-point whopping for Chicago as they continue to nip at the heels of the Lakers on top of the Gold Division. Bob Love with 27 points in that one and 20 rebounds for Tom Burwinkle. Houston and Golden State, two of the teams at the top of the Silver Division, fighting to get that promotion spot. This looks like a close one as we come down into the fourth quarter. Houston pulls ahead and they hang on to win by 4. Good win on the road for Houston. And the star of that game was Elvin Hayes, the Big E, 35 points, battling it out inside against Nate Thurmond. Good ball game there in San Francisco. Now we go to New York and L.A. And this is another closely contested one. It's coming right down to the wire, and it is L.A. winning by 6. Wilt Chamberlain actually made a free throw at the end of that one and finished with 30 rebounds on the game. Bill Bradley, 31 points for New York. We'll see Bradley here in action tonight. Atlanta and Milwaukee. Milwaukee feeling a little bit better about their standing here at 7-7. Let's see if they can make it 8-7. But it is Atlanta that's streaking out to a big lead here. And they hold Milwaukee to only 64 points. What a lousy performance by the Bucks. They're going to need to pick it up here tonight. Lou Hudson led all scorers with 28 points for Atlanta in the victory. And once again, Milwaukee's got Atlanta nipping at their heels. So this will be a big game for the Bucks here tonight. Now Baltimore and Philadelphia, two of the teams battling it out for promotion in the Silver Division. And this one's coming right down to the wire, and Philadelphia pulls away late for the 7-point win at home against the Baltimore Bullets. Billy Cunningham for Philadelphia, 31 points. 23 rebounds for Jack Marin. How about that? Detroit and Phoenix going at it. Two of the teams trying to get promoted out of the Bronze Division. And they are neck and neck in the standings and neck on the scoreboard. And it looks like Detroit has the edge, and they win it 119-110 on the strength of 21 points for Big Bob Lanier. Paul Silas for Phoenix with 14 rebounds. And now we take you to Boston and Seattle, two of the green teams, who are right now the bottom dwellers in the Silver Division. And it is Boston with the road win, 134-126. And your star of that game was, not surprisingly, John Havlicek, 37 points. All right, now we head to today's games, which is the 17th of December. And here is the feature contest tonight. It is still Milwaukee at 7-8, trailing New York at 7-6. Milwaukee only leads Atlanta by a half a game in the relegation spot there. So this will be a big game for the Bucks and the Knicks alike. Milwaukee can certainly put a damper in New York's season if they can get the win here tonight. As we say, good evening to Tribe Fan. How are you, my man? What's happening with the Indians? Are they still alive? I know my Reds went down, became the first team in Major League history to lose a multi-game playoff series without scoring a run. How awful was that for the fans of the Cincinnati Reds? My goodness. All right, we take you to New York for tonight's game between the Bucks and the Knicks. We will coach both defenses. We will make all of the substitutions on our own. Indians went down as well, blew a lead in the top of the ninth to lose the second game. And there was no joy in the state of Ohio as both the Reds and the Indians went down to defeat. But in 3 weeks, we've got Buckeyes. OH. All right, so let's get into tonight's ball game. Thank you all for bearing with me through that series of autoplays. As we look at the starting lineups, it looks like the Bucks do not have Oscar Robertson available here tonight. It will be Wally Jones getting the start at the point guard, and he'll be backed up by the rookie Charles Lowry. Lucius Allen will be your starting shooting guard. Bob Dandridge, the small forward, he is an outstanding player. On the power forward spot, we have the 6-year man out of USC, John Block, getting the start. As we don't... Yes, and he'll be backed up by Toby Kimball. And, of course, the big man inside, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the league's leading scorer and third leading rebounder. So Milwaukee is a little bit undermanned here tonight, but they are looking for a big win to keep out of that relegation spot. As I get the big I-O from Tribe Fan. All right. And for New York, Walt Frazier is the man. He is the point guard starting off tonight, and he'll be backed up by Dean Meminger, the rookie out of Marquette and the number 16 overall draft pick. Frazier, of course, first team All-NBA in 71-72, first team All-Defense. And the shooting guard will be Bill Bradley, fifth-year man out of Princeton. Dave DeBusschere gets the start at small forward. He's a good one, another first-team All-Defensive player. Averaged 15 points, 11 rebounds. And the Buckeye, Jerry Lucas, at the power forward spot. He is a 16-point, 13-rebound-a-game man out of Ohio State. And getting the start inside will be Luther Rackley. Willis Reed out of action tonight. He only played 11 games in the 71-72 regular season, which was one of the big reasons for the poor performance of the Knicks that year. So we've got our starters reared up and ready to go. Let's play ball. As the starters' introductions come by, and it is Milwaukee in control of the basketball off the starting tip. Wally Jones has it out on top. He's going to look inside to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Should be a big night for Abdul-Jabbar with no Willis Reed to contend with. But he misses the skyhook. Bad news for Milwaukee. Not only does Jabbar miss the skyhook, but we've got a loose ball foul on the rebound, and that is charged to Bob Dandridge. Jerry Lucas with one shot for New York. Very good free throw shooter, almost 80%, but he missed it. Things are starting poorly by both teams, but Walt Frazier sneaks in for the offensive rebound, passes it back out to Bill Bradley, and the Knicks have a full possession. They are going to look inside to Dave DeBusschere. Working down into the paint, shoots a short jump shot. That's no good. And the rebound is taken by Jerry Lucas. Lucas on the putback. Tries to get it inside to DeBusschere. The ball is kicked away out of play, and it will go over to Milwaukee. So empty possessions for both teams to start tonight's ball game. New York with the basketball. Once again, they're going to go inside to the big man, Kareem, down in the low post. He shoots it in close. He missed that one. And we've got another whistle on the rebound and a loose ball foul. This one is going to go against Bill Bradley for the Knicks. And it'll be a one-shot opportunity for Kareem. Kareem puts it up and good. Finally, our first point of the night. And it goes to Kareem. Milwaukee's up 1-0. New York with the basketball, moving from left to right on your computer screen. Under the watchful eye of Walt Frazier. And he is going to swing it around to, gosh, they've got some matchups all around here. They've got open guys all around. They're going to look inside to DeBusschere. He's the only one that doesn't have a negative defensive matchup. DeBusschere works his way inside. His turnaround jump shot is off the back iron, no good. Rebound is taken by John Block for Milwaukee. And the Bucks will have another possession. They can't find Abdul-Jabbar down low, so they're going to look on the low block to Dandridge. If they can't find Dandridge, they kick it out to Lucius Allen, and Allen finally hits the jump shot for their first field goal
from Dandridge
of this evening's game, and it is a 3-0 lead for Milwaukee. New York with the basketball, still looking for their first points of the night. Luther Rackley's got some room inside, but the long arms of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar deny him the ball, and it goes over on the wing to Bradley. Bradley's going to drive the lane. Steps around Lucius Allen into the paint. And he is picked off by Dandridge. Nice defense by Dandridge. And Milwaukee will bring it up slow. Walt Frazier got back on the transition defense and thwarted any opportunity they may have had for some points on the fast break. Here are the Bucks. They've got Abdul-Jabbar open on the low block. They get it down to him. He's covered by Rackley. He's got a good look inside, but he misses that one off the front rim. And now we've got another whistle. And a foul that's going to go against Jerry Lucas. That is his first. And it'll be a two-shot opportunity for Kareem. Kareem missed his previous attempt tonight. He actually made his previous attempt. He hits that one. Now 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And misses the second. That's off the rim. The rebound is stolen away by Wally Jones. He passes it back out on top for another possession. They look inside again to Dandridge. Working down low on the low block against DeBusschere. His shot is off the rim, no good. And Rackley comes out with a rebound. Finally, a rebound on the Milwaukee end that is not decided by a foul. New York still looking for their first points of the night. Down 4-0. And this time they are going to swing the ball around, and they get it to Frazier. He's got Abdul-Jabbar on him on the switch. He is going to pull the trigger from out on top. Comes off the screen, has a step. Cannot get the jump shot to fall. John Block with the rebound for Milwaukee, and the shutout continues. Milwaukee runs the offense. They get it over to Lucius Allen on the wing. Allen outside, drives to the basket. Rackley cuts him off in the lane. The shot by Allen is up no good. And John Block takes the offensive board for Milwaukee. That's 3 rebounds already for Block. He tries for the putback. It's no good. Block wants a whistle. The offensive board is taken by Dandridge. Dandridge tries to go for the putback, and he is whistled for the offensive foul. Oh my goodness, what a disaster for Milwaukee. They missed 3 cracks at the basket and got called for the offensive foul on Dandridge, and that is his second. So Dandridge is going to have to come out of the ball game for Milwaukee, and he will be replaced by Bill Dinwiddie. Boy, it's a mess for New York on the offense. They've got Guys inside that they can't get the ball to. Luther Rackley is standing all by himself 15 feet away. That's not a very good option. Frazier resets the offense. He's going to take it himself into the lane. He slides into the lane, lays it up, no good. Off the glass and out. Lucas on the offensive boards once again. Lucas with a putback attempt. It's no good. 0 for 5 now for New York in the early going. Dave DeBusschere grabs one off the offensive glass. He puts it up off the glass. No, he can't get that one up. He loses it out of bounds. That's another turnover. And New York remains scoreless. 3 turnovers already and 0 for 5 from the field. As we say hello to Al, Red Sox fan. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for dropping by here tonight. As Milwaukee has the basketball, leading 4-0 here in the first quarter. Just getting things started here from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. Milwaukee works it around. They get it to Dinwiddie inside. Dinwiddie gets loose for the layup. It rolls around the rim and off. Abdul-Jabbar with the offensive rebound. His short jump shot is up and blocked. Luther Rackley got a piece of that one, rebounded by Wally Jones. Jones is going to pass it back out on top for a reset. 20 seconds still on the 24-second clock. They look down for Kareem on the low block. He's going to try again against Rackley. The sky hook this time is still no good. But Rackley fouled him, and it will be another trip to the free throw line for Kareem. He's 2 for 3 from the line already tonight. Two points so far for Abdul-Jabbar. Misses the first. The second shot for Kareem is good. He's now 3 for 5 from the line. And Milwaukee is up 5-0. New York still looking for their first basket of the night. They set an interior screen. They get Rackley loose against the smaller Lucius Allen. He drop steps into the lane, goes to the left hand, lays it up off the window, and good.
Luther Rackley.
Applause from the fans here in New York as finally the Knicks are off the schneid. Luther Rackley, third-year man out of Xavier, gets the first basket of the night for the Knicks. They still trail 5-2 as Milwaukee comes back on offense. They've got John Block open on the low block, working against Jerry Lucas inside. Lucas is all over him, has got him tied up, and it's a 3-second violation. That's a turnover, and the ball goes back over to New York. Knicks looking to get back into this one as we are off to a slow start here. 3.5 minutes gone by, and it's only a 5-2 ball game. The open man for New York inside is DeBusschere, backing down on Dinwiddie. Good look inside, turns and fires, it's good.
Dave DeBusschere from Frazier.
DeBusschere with his first 2 points of the night. It's a 5-4 ball game. Milwaukee wants Kareem. Kareem flips it up from inside, gets that one to go.
Abdul-Jabbar.
That's the first field goal of the night for Kareem. He leads all scorers with 5 points. Coming back for New York, they look to DeBusschere. Moving to his left. Short jump shot off the glass, off the front of the rim, no good. And a whistle on the play. Another loose ball foul on the rebound. This one's going to go against Bradley, and that is his second. So New York suffering from early foul trouble here, as Bill Bradley's going to have to go to the bench. He will be replaced by the veteran Dick Barnett. 13th-year man out of Tennessee State. And he can light it up. As it is Kareem once again headed to the free throw line. This will be one shot. And the shot for Kareem is good. 6 points now for Kareem. Milwaukee has doubled up the score 8-4 with 4 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. DeBusschere is active on the offensive end. He is trying to exert his will in the lane against Dinwiddie. He gets another jump shot to go.
Dave DeBuscher.
It is 8-6. Boy, they got Bob Dandridge out of the game, and DeBuscher is just determined to take over. Milwaukee comes back on offense. They swing it around to Lucius Allen. Allen working on the perimeter against Dick Barnett just into the game. Allen's going to take it to the hole. He fakes left. He dribbles right. He gets into the lane. He lays it up, and it's blocked. DeBuscher got him. Dinwiddie takes the offensive board. 10 on the shot clock. Dinwiddie's going to have to throw one up. He pump fakes. He shoots from close range. It's off the back rim. No good. The rebound goes high into the air. We've got a whistle on the play and a foul on DeBuscher. And that is the 5th team foul on New York already. And, of course, Knicks coach Red Holtzman letting the officials know that there is a discrepancy in the foul totals. 5-1, and that's normally supposed to favor the home team, but not here tonight. As Bill Dinwiddie goes to the free throw line. He's not a good free throw shooter, under 56%, and that first one just looked bad. Second shot for Dinwiddie is good, and that makes it a 9-6 game. First point of the night for Bill Dinwiddie. New York comes back on offense. Frazier has it out top, working against Wally Jones. He's going to call his own number this time. Frazier is fouled on the play by block, and that's the second foul finally on Milwaukee, much to the delight of the many referees in the stands who are cheering on the Zebras here tonight. Frazier will have one shot at the line. He hits it. That's his first point of the night, and the lead is 2. Milwaukee's up 9-7, approaching 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. They work the offense around to Wally Jones, squaring up against Frazier, looking to distribute. They find Dinwiddie on the outside. DeBuscher's all over him. Only 6 on the shot clock. Dinwiddie's going to have to throw one up from out there. That's not his shot. It's off balance. It's off the side of the rim. No good. And the rebound is taken by DeBuscher. Nice defensive play by DeBuscher. He is first team all defense this season, and he showed it on that play. Coming back for the Knicks, the open man on the low block is Jerry Lucas. His short jump shot is good. That's his first basket of the game, and with under 7 to play, we are tied. As Tribe Fan points out that New York is building those 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom houses with all the bricks. Those aren't just any bricks, my friend. Those are Knick bricks. We're seeing Knick bricks all around, but Milwaukee's doing no better. Look at the field goal percentages. Knicks 4 for 10. Milwaukee 2 for 11. And Milwaukee is keeping in the game at the free throw line. So this is an ugly game starting off in the opening moments. Milwaukee setting things up. They've got Block inside working against Jerry Lucas. Block inside, works to the baseline. Short jump shot over Lucas is good. A little icing on the cake there. Oh, it looks like my good friend Grant Pachoco, Filsinger Games fan, is online. So if you're a fan of the Filsinger Games line, you can always check out GWF Promoter, my good buddy Grant Pachoco from out there on the West Coast. He is going live with some wrestling. I'll wander over and catch that broadcast later on. As it is New York with the basketball. 11-9, they trail. 6:30 to go first quarter. Rackley is open on the low block, but once again being denied by the long arms of Jabbar. Frazier's forced to take the shot himself. That's no good. Another rebound for John Block, another possession for Milwaukee. Rackley's going to have to assert himself against Abdul-Jabbar, or it is going to be a long night for the Knicks. Milwaukee with the basketball, Jones looking against Frazier. This time Jones is going to take it inside. Powers his way to the basket, collides with Rackley. Reverse layup is off the side of the rim, no good. Are we going to get a whistle? Yes, they call that one on Rackley, and that's 2 on Rackley. Oh my goodness gracious. And it is going to be 3 to make 2 for Wally Jones as Milwaukee is in the bonus. His first shot is up and good. And once again, we're going to have to go to the bench in foul trouble. And it will be the very popular Charlie Polk, fourth-year man out of Northeastern State, coming into the game to replace Rackley. And we'll see if they can keep Polk on the floor. Number 2 for Wally Jones is good. 2 for 2, 13-9 now in favor of Milwaukee. 6:06 to play in the first quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, we will have an update on the Historical Baseball Project. So stick around if you want to hear more about what's happening in the 1993 replay season brought to you by the Historical Baseball Project. We'll have that for you at the end of the first quarter. New York sets up the offense with Frazier. He's got a mismatch against John Block. Can Frazier capitalize on that? Oh, he finds Lucas down low. Lucas nails the jump shot.
Jerry Lucas from Frazier.
Very nice setup by Frazier. As Frazier had the mismatch, got into the lane, found the open man, and Lucas put that one up and good. Milwaukee now leads just by 2. Wally Jones setting things up. Sends it to Allen on the perimeter. Tough shot by Allen is short. Tipped up by Dinwiddie. Rebounded by Kareem. Kareem with the follow-up attempt. Drop steps and slams it home.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Nice putback by Abdul-Jabbar. Milwaukee goes back up by 4. New York once again is going to look to Jerry Lucas. Camping out down low. Has a little room to operate against Block. Turns and squares up. Fires that one off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound is taken by Charlie Polk. Polk attempts the putback. His short jump shot is blocked. Kareem got him. He's an enforcer. But DeBusschere comes in from the weak side to grab that rebound off the offensive glass. His short jump shot is good.
Dave DeBusschere.
Very nicely done by Dave DeBusschere. He is having a stellar performance tonight. He is keeping the Knicks in this one. As Milwaukee comes back on the offense. Bill Dinwiddie has it inside. He's got DeBusschere all over him. He's looking for help. He dumps it down low to Jabbar. Good choice. Kareem turns and faces. Fires one up over Polk. Can't get it up. Tries to get it to Block. It's stolen away by Barnett. That's a possession for New York. They don't have numbers on the fast break, so Frazier pulls the ball back and restarts the offense as we are now under 5 to play in the first quarter. Milwaukee ahead by 2. Frazier working against Wally Jones. Oh, he crossed him over, got into the lane. Kareem came over to make him alter the shot. The rebound is no good. Polk takes the offensive glass. Polk with the follow-up attempt. He can't get that one to go. Tough angle. Jerry Lucas comes in for the offensive board. New York is pounding the glass. Lucas tries to get it back for a putback. It's stolen away by Lucius Allen. Wally Jones now leads the Bucks in transition. They have the numbers. Jones pushes it, dumps it off to Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie lays it up and
Dinwiddie
good.
from Abdul-Jabbar.
It's DeBusschere versus the Bucks, says our Red Sox fan, and you are correct. As New York trails still by 4, under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Frazier swings it over to Barnett. Barnett working against Allen. Barnett tries to come off a pick. He gets into the lane. He's cut off by Kareem. He can't get that one to go, and it's blocked. Kareem got him again. He is an enforcer. Milwaukee does not have the numbers in transition this time, so they'll pull it back out. In transition, Jabbar sets up down low. He gets the pass from Allen, comes off the screen, shoots the sky hook off the side of the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, and it is Lucius Allen coming out with it, tosses it back out to Wally Jones, and Milwaukee will get a fresh 24. Open down low is John Block. His short jumper from the baseline is good.
Block.
Milwaukee with their biggest lead of the night. They're up by 6, 19-13. 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. And at the next dead ball, we'll have some substitutions. But right now, Frazier is determined to make something happen on the offensive end. They dump it down low to Polk. Polk tries to kick it out to Barnett. Barnett has room to operate. His open jump shot is around and no good. We've got a loose ball foul on the play, and that is going to go against Dinwiddie. It'll be a one-shot foul for DeBusschere, but not until we have some substitutions. For Milwaukee, coming into the game at the point guard will be Charles Lowry, the rookie. The very popular John McLaughlin will play the small forward position. We're going to have to stick with Dinwiddie for the rest of the quarter with Dandridge out due to foul trouble. But we are going to be able to bring in Barry Nelson at the center and Toby Kimball to play the power forward. And Milwaukee should be good to go here. Substitutions for New York. DeBusschere's on the free throw line. He'll stay in the game. Charlie Polk will stay in the game. Phil Jackson will come in at the power forward. Into the game for the first time will be Earl Monroe and Dean Meminger. And now we will see DeBusschere with the free throw. It's off the rim, no good. And the rebound is taken by Toby Kimball for Milwaukee. Milwaukee with the basketball. They lead by 6, looking to extend that. As it is Charles Lowry now running the offense for the Bucks. Dinwiddie has it on the perimeter. He looks for help, swings it over to McLaughlin. What's McLaughlin going to do? 12 on the shot clock. He takes it to the hoop. Charlie Polk cuts him off. McLaughlin forces that one up, no good. But we've got a foul on the play, and that is going to go against Earl Monroe. That is his first. Milwaukee in the bonus. This will be 3 to make 2 for McLaughlin. But McLaughlin, a very, very good free throw shooter. 87%. Hits the first. Second shot for McLaughlin is good. He's got 2 points. Milwaukee now up by 8. New York continues with a very long scoring drought. I can't remember the last time they scored. They're going to look into Phil Jackson just into the game. We'll see what Jackson can do down low. Working against Toby Kimball. His short jump shot is good.
Phil Jackson from DeBusschere.
The Zen Master breaks the streak. New York is back within 6, 21-15, under 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Milwaukee again looks to McLaughlin. He's going to be their scoring punch off the bench. He gets into the lane, lays that one up and good. Quickly, 4 points off the bench for McLaughlin. Milwaukee's back out on top by 8. Knicks with the basketball. It's Monroe. Monroe with the jump shot off the front rim, no good. Left that one a little bit short. Charles Lowry comes in and steals away the rebound for the Bucks. They'll have another possession as we are now in the final 3 minutes of the first quarter. McLaughlin has it again. He's going to pull the trigger again. Rainbow jump shot is good.
McLaughlin from Dinwiddie.
Little frustration shown by Phil Jackson. Doing a little woofing with Bill Dinwiddie inside. But Milwaukee with that basket takes a 10-point lead here late in the first period. They're going to look inside this time to Jackson once again. He was able to make something happen on the last possession. His short jump shot this time is good. And he is fouled on the play by Barry Nelson.
From DeBusschere.
According to the play-by-play guy, that was a questionable foul, but I don't think Red Holtzman's complaining because Milwaukee's already been in the bonus for about the last 5 minutes of this quarter. So here's Phil Jackson with a chance to convert a three-point play here. His free throw is good. Action continues with Milwaukee, still up by 7. Charles Lowry runs the offense. Dinwiddie has it inside. Can't do any work against DeBusschere. Forces up a short jump shot and gets it to go. Nice offensive work there by Bill Dinwiddie, an unlikely source of points for the Bucks as they go back out on top by 9. Charlie Polk with it now inside. Backing down on Barry Nelson. Polk turns and shoots. And his layup is around the rim and falls off. Battle for the rebound. It's won by Barry Nelson. Outlet to Dinwiddie. Milwaukee has numbers in transition. It's 3-on-1. They drop it off to Nelson. Nelson misses the layup. Monroe takes the rebound, and now New York has the opportunity to do some work in transition. Memminger drops it off to DeBusschere. DeBusschere missed the layup. And that rebound is taken by Dinwiddie. This time it is Charles Lowry running the break. He stays aggressive. He tries to get it to McLaughlin, and it is out of bounds. Goodness gracious. And Bill Dinwiddie's about to have a stroke out there. He's so tired. But he's going to have to finish out the quarter. And DeBusschere is going to have to finish out the quarter as well because of the foul trouble experienced by Bill Bradley. As SGJ comes into the ball game. Welcome out, enjoying the fire pit on this fall night. That sounds fabulous. Smoke up a s'more for me, my friend, and enjoy the beauty of God's creation on a crisp fall night in wherever it is that Kent's from, North Carolina, I believe. All right, Memminger sets up the New York offense. The open man for the Knicks is Monroe on the perimeter. Drives to the basket. Collides with McLaughlin. The shot is up and good. And
Earl
McLaughlin
Monroe
got him on the
scores
body.
from Jackson.
So Monroe goes to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. And finally, with a minute and a half to go, New York is in the bonus. Monroe converts the three-point play. That cuts the lead to 6. Milwaukee with the lead and the basketball. Lowry directing traffic. They dump it inside to Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie looks to distribute. Knocked away by DeBusschere. Out of bounds, Milwaukee retains possession, but only 7 on the shot clock. They're going to have to work quickly. Kimball can't find anyone. Gives it to Dinwiddie. Back to Kimball down low. Rooted on the low block. Posting up against Jackson. His running one-hander is no good. Dinwiddie comes in for the rebound. And he is going to pass it back out on top. They get it over to McLaughlin down low. McLaughlin sends it to Nelson on the perimeter. Nelson can't do anything with it. Still 14 on the shot clock. Nelson to Kimball inside. Kimball's got an opening with 3 on the shot clock. Shoots from in close over Jackson and gets it to go.
Kimball.
Good patience and good ball movement by Milwaukee on that possession. They are back up on top by 8. New York with the basketball. 29 on the seconds remaining in the first quarter. 14 on the shot clock. They get it down low to Jackson. Jackson has had some success down there tonight. He's going to shoot over Lowry on the switch. Big size advantage there. Jackson with a drop step, goes to the right
Phil
hand.
Jackson
It's good.
from DeBusschere.
Jackson now leads New York with 7 points off the bench. And the lead is once again cut to 6. And Milwaukee will be able to hold for the final shot of the period. They're working around to Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie over to McLaughlin. 22
At the end
on
of
the
the
clock.
first quarter, Milwaukee 29,
McLaughlin
New York
loses it out of
23.
bounds, and that will be the end of the quarter. All right, let's take a look at the end of the first quarter box score. Milwaukee takes the 29-23 lead, largely on the strength of free throws. In fact, exactly on the strength of free throws. It was a 9-3 advantage from the foul line. 6 points for Milwaukee, and they lead by 6. The leading scorer for the Bucks, not surprisingly, was Abdul-Jabbar with 8 to go with 4 rebounds. 4 points, 4 rebounds for John Block. A nice little performance, 6 points off the bench by McLaughlin. Both teams shot poorly, under 44%. New York with the with the rebound with the assist advantage, and that was the big decider as Milwaukee dominated the boards, including 10 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. But it was Phil Jackson off the bench with 7 and DeBusschere with 6 for the Knicks. And we're going to see some substitutions before we get back to action. Also, before we get back to action, an update from the Historical Baseball Project. What a disappointing week it was, because I tried to do my update. I recorded the whole thing on Monday night, posted it, and realized that the microphone was not working. So I posted a 22-minute YouTube video on Monday night that had no sound. And my apologies. It was a rough week for the Texas Rangers. They came into the week leading the AL West by 1 game over the Oakland A's, but the Rangers proceeded to go 2-8 on the week. They dropped 3 to the Yankees, they dropped 3 of 4 to the Twins, and they dropped 2 of 3 to the Cleveland Indians. Just bad pitching all around. Kenny Rogers continues to be awful. Kevin Brown is mediocre. The Rangers gave up a bunch of leads in that series. The highlight of the week for the Rangers was back-to-back-to-back home runs by Juan Gonzalez, Rafael Palmeiro, and Jose Canseco. And Canseco's home run was an inside-the-park job. So exciting moments for the Rangers there. That was one of the games against the Indians that they gave up that lead and went on to lose. So rough week for the Texas Rangers. The Reds came into the week in a 4-way logjam for first place in the National League West, as the Padres, the Dodgers, and the Giants and the Reds are all above 500. The Reds only had 1 home series for the week. It was a 4-game set against St. Louis, and the Reds came away with a split of the series. Kevin Mitchell is lighting it up for Cincinnati, second in the league with a .360 batting average, but due for some time to save some at-bats, as he's running a little bit above his usage limits, and so we won't see him the first week of June. This coming week, the Reds have 3 series to play, as they will be homestanding against the San Francisco Giants, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Houston Astros. The recaps of those games will be probably Monday night on the channel. The Rangers have 6 games in their homestand this week, as we play 2-week blocks every week. So the Rangers will have 3 against the Oakland A's and 3 against the Kansas City Royals. They fell off substantially after their 2-8 series the week before, and they are in the middle of the pack once again in the NL West, but looking to regain their momentum and get back into the dogfight. That was the year Chicago won the division with a fine ball club. Frank Thomas, Carlton Fisk, some good ball players there in Chicago, carrying the White Sox in the '93 season. All right, that is our Historical Baseball Project update. And at halftime, we will have some more updates from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network and a couple of other pieces of memorabilia that will be on display at the end of the third quarter. So here we go. It is 29-23. We're going to go ahead and bring Dandridge back into the game in spite of the 2 fouls. We'll leave the other backups on the bench because Bill Dinwiddie is not able to keep the pace with this squad. For Milwaukee, we'll let Bradley come back into the game with his 2 fouls because DeBusschere has not yet had a rest. And everybody else is pretty good to go. We'll leave Charlie Polk out there for a few more minutes. And at the 8-minute mark, we'll bring back in all of the starters. And we're back to action. Milwaukee leading by 6 as we open the second quarter. And Milwaukee controls the tip, and they have the basketball in the hands of the rookie point guard, Charles Lowry. Lowry working against Dean Memminger. Lowry's going to look to get into the lane, taking care of the basket, cradles it, takes it into lane.
Lowry
Tries to throw one up. It is blocked away by Polk, but that's a goaltend, and that's 2 points for the Bucks. Credit the 2 to Charles Lowry. Milwaukee back up by 8, 31-23, as the Knicks come back with their first possession of the second quarter. As I take another drink to keep the pipes loose. Tonight's ball game is brought to you by water. Everybody needs it. It's cheap, it's cold, it tastes good. Enjoy. Here come the Knicks. Memminger sets up the offense. They've got Bradley open on the wing. They're going to need something out of Bradley this quarter. Swings it over to Monroe. Back to Bradley for the jump shot. He can't get that to go. Charlie Polk with another offensive rebound for New York. Another putback attempt for Polk is good.
Charlie Polk.
That's the first basket of the night for Charlie Polk. New York back to within 6. Milwaukee coming back. They've got McLaughlin open with a step coming off the screen. He gets into the lane, shoots from in close. It's good.
McLaughlin.
That's 8 points off the bench for McLaughlin. That ties him for the team lead in a very brief stretch of action. McLaughlin, very popular member of the Bucks as a player and now as the color commentator for Milwaukee. Once again, the Knicks are going to look to Bradley. They need to get him going. He's got it on the baseline. His shot from 15 is good.
Bill Bradley.
Bradley finally gets his first points of the night. New York back to within 6. Milwaukee looks inside to Dandridge. Backing down on Bradley. Dandridge's layup is around the rim and out, no good. He wants a whistle, doesn't get one. Rebound is taken by Bradley. He sends it out to Monroe. Monroe's going to aggressively take it into the basket on the fast break, but he lost it out of bounds. That's a turnover for the Knicks. Milwaukee gets possession, still leading 33-27 in the opening moments of the second quarter. Once again, they're going to look inside to Dandridge, working on the low block. Monroe gives him space. Dandridge from the elbow rises up and drains it. First 2 of the night for Dandridge. Milwaukee goes back on top by 8. New York swings it around to Bradley. Bradley on the wing. He walked with it. Costly turnover for New York. Milwaukee once again looking to go up by double digits if they can convert here. 35-27, Bucks with the lead. They're going to look inside to Barry Nelson. They can't find Nelson. Lowry has to take it himself. He scores it. That's 4 points for Lowry. Milwaukee's back on top by 10. New York coming back this time. They look to Jackson. Jackson down low. Had a nice stretch in the first quarter. He steps into the lane, gets that one to fall. That's 9 points for Phil Jackson. He leads the Knicks. Nice spark off the bench by the Zen Master. Coming back to Milwaukee. They work it inside once again to Dandridge. Working his way into the paint. Another elbow jump shot is good. That's Dandridge. 2 in a row for Dandridge. He's heating up. Coming back to New York, they've got an opening for Bradley. Bradley comes off the screen. He is wide open. He fakes, the whistle blows, and Bradley's called for the offensive foul. Oh my goodness, what a tragedy for the Knicks. They're going to have to go back to the bench. And they're going to bring DeBusschere back into the game. He's got his rest. Only 3 minutes worth, but he's going to have to carry the load. And Charlie Polk is going to go back to the bench to be replaced by Luther Rackley, as he is under fatigue warning. Everybody for Milwaukee still looks good for another minute, and then we'll bring the starters back in for both teams. Here's the Bucks with the basketball, looking to expand to their biggest lead of the night if they can convert here. They look to Kimball. Working against Jackson down low. He backs in. He tries to get it back out to McLaughlin. He threw it away. Possession goes back to the Knicks. Knicks dodge a bullet there. Memminger on the offense. Squaring up against Lowry. New York runs the motion offense. Memminger gets free in the corner. His jump shot is no good, but Kimball got him with the body. And that'll be 2 shots for Dean Memminger. Memminger, not a good free throw shooter, only 56% on the season. His first one rolls around and off the rim. Memminger's second shot is also no good. He missed them both. And Barry Nelson takes the rebound for Milwaukee. The open man for the Bucks is McLaughlin. Jump shot from the perimeter is no good. Well defended by Monroe. Rackley grabs the rebound, throws it out to Memminger. New York has the numbers, 4-on-1 on the fast break. Memminger dumps it off to Monroe. Monroe lays it up and good.
Earl Monroe, from Memminger.
That's 5 points now for Monroe. The lead is back to 8. Milwaukee looks inside again to Dandridge. He's got a much tougher assignment with DeBusschere this time. 14 on the shot clock. He looks to distribute. He gets it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin puts it up from 15. It's good.
McLaughlin, from Dandridge.
McLaughlin becomes the first player to hit double digits for the game. And Milwaukee is now back on top by 10. 8:22 to play in the second quarter. Memminger sets the offense. They get it inside to Jackson. Jackson turns and faces. Good look inside. Cannot get it to fall. But he is hammered on the play by Kimball. That is 2 on Kimball. And that will be a 2-shot foul for Phil Jackson. About an average free throw shooter, 73% on the season. Misses the first. And now we're going to bring some starters back into the game. Wally Jones returns to action. Lucius Allen. John Block. And, of course, the big man, Kareem, is back in the game for the Bucks. For New York, Jackson is on the free throw line. He'll stay put. He'll be replaced by Lucas at the next dead ball. It's going to be Dick Barnett back into the game and Walt Frazier. And Jackson will put up the second free throw. It's good. 10 points now for Phil Jackson. The Milwaukee lead is 9. They're going to go right inside to Kareem if they can get it to him. He's being denied by Rackley. They can't get it there. They get it instead to Dandridge. Dandridge steps into the lane. Another jump shot from the elbow and another basket for Dandridge. Milwaukee's picking up the shooting percentage. They're up to 53% now, and they take the lead 43-32, up by 11 points now with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Milwaukee wants to work it into Jackson. Whistle on the play. The ball boys are cleaning a wet spot. Now we're ready to roll. I would like to say a special thank you to our Red Sox fan and SDG Replays for taking care of that wet spot for us here tonight. And Milwaukee has the defense set up. New York is going to come with a substitution as Jackson is going to leave the game and be replaced by Jerry Lucas. That must have been Jackson's wet spot they had to clean up. All right, here's the inbounds. They are going to look inside to DeBusschere, working it down low. Oh, we've got a big problem now for New York as Luther Rackley has left the game with an injury, and that looks like a dislocated elbow. He's going to miss quite a few games. And it is going to be Phil Jackson who is going to have to take over at the center position. Another bad break for New York. as already they trail by 11, and they lost their rim protector on the inside. Frazier has it on top, swings it inside to DeBusschere again. Still trying to make something happen in the paint. Unloads from point-blank range. He gets that one to go.
Dave DeBusschere.
That's 8 for DeBusschere, and the lead is back to 9. New York needs to get some stops here. But Milwaukee wants to get it inside to Kareem. He bobbles it. He recovers it. His short jump shot is off balance, no good. He takes his own rebound off the offensive glass. He pump fakes. He puts up the sky hook, and it is around and out. Ooh, that one looked good from here, but we've got a foul on the play on Jackson. And that will send Abdul-Jabbar to the line for 2 free throws. 4 for 6 so far from the free throw line. His first shot here is good. Makes him 5 for 7, right about his average. And the second for Jabbar is good. That puts him in double digits and puts Milwaukee back out ahead by 11. Action continues with New York. Phil Jackson's got room inside. He's also got Abdul-Jabbar to contend with. Frazier looks the opposite direction. He steps to his left, pulls the trigger from the free throw line, and it is good. First field goal of the night for Frazier. They're going to need some more out of that. They're going to need some more of that out of him tonight. Getting ahead of my words here. Wally Jones now faces off against Frazier on the offensive end, looking to distribute. He's going to have to pull the trigger from 15. Oh, he hit it.
Jones from Abdul-Jabbar.
Nice little inside-out play to Jabbar. Back to Jones. Jones with the jump shot. Milwaukee back on top by 11. New York's going to look inside this time to Jerry Lucas. His short jump shot from the paint is no good. Up and off the rim. Rebound taken for Milwaukee by Dandridge. And the Bucks are starting to put some distance between themselves and the Knicks in this contest. Important game for both these teams, particularly for Milwaukee. As they run the offense, it's knocked away and out of bounds by Barnett. And the Bucks will be able to inbound with 13 on the shot clock. Block to inbound. Looks down inside to Dandridge. He's done a good job this quarter. He's got another open look, and he hits another
Dandridge from Allen.
That's 8 for Dandridge. Milwaukee now up by 13. Walt Frazier has seen enough. He's calling his own number this time. He takes another one from 15
Walt
and buries
Frazier
it.
from Lucas.
Midway through the second quarter, Milwaukee has an 11-point lead, 49-38, as the Bucks have picked up their field goal shooting in the second quarter and stretched out to a nice, comfortable lead. Wally Jones has the ball outside, working against Frazier. Jones tries to get into the lane. Comes off a pick, lays it up and good.
Jones from Abdul-Jabbar.
Nice little give and go with Abdul-Jabbar. Jones got loose on the screen and converted. Milwaukee is back up by 13. Once again for the Knicks, it's Frazier. Gives it to DeBusschere, back to Frazier. Frazier buries another one.
Walt
and
Frazier
he's fouled on the
scores
play by Jones.
from DeBusschere.
Frazier with a chance for the three-point play. 80% free throw shooter on the season. This shot is good. And Frazier now with 8 points. And they have cut the lead back to 10. Let's see if New York can get a stop here. As Jones looks to distribute. Sends it down inside to Abdul-Jabbar, covered by Lucas. Foul on the play. That goes against Lucas. And this will be just a one-shot opportunity for Abdul-Jabbar. His shot from the line is good. That's 11 for Abdul-Jabbar. The lead for Milwaukee is 11. As we say hello to Dave Gardner in the chat room. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, for a Gold Division matchup between the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks. New York needs to find some offense here. They've got Barnett with room to operate. He's got a mismatch on the perimeter. John Block is working against him. Barnett's going to pull the trigger. He tries to take it inside, loses it out of bounds. That's another turnover for New York. And Milwaukee regains possession. As our Red Sox fan says, "Hello, Uncle Dave." How ironic is that? That's the same thing my nephews say to me. Wally Jones setting up the offense for Milwaukee as we approach the 5-minute mark here in the second quarter. Jones now has room to operate against Phil Jackson on the switch. Foul line extended. Jones pulls the trigger. It's off the side of the rim, no good. DeBusschere takes the rebound. New York has numbers in transition. Dick Barnett is in the lead. He dumps it off to DeBusschere. DeBusschere drives, takes it to the right hand, and takes it in good.
From Lucas.
10 points now for DeBusschere. Milwaukee back on offense. Jones swings it around on the perimeter to Dandridge. He's got DeBusschere all over him. Dandridge looks for help, tries to find a cutter. Can't find anybody. Good defense by New York, but Dandridge takes the outside jump shot and drills it. That's 10 for Bob Dandridge. Milwaukee back on top by 11. Frazier now for New York. From the outside, takes it to the inside. Dandridge cuts him off. Frazier stops and pops. It's no good. But he is fouled on the play by Jones. And that will be 2 shots for Walt Frazier. As the Knicks are going to have some problems with their fatigue with their big men now as Rackley has gone down. It's going to be Jackson and Polk the rest of the way. Frazier misses the first free throw. Second shot by Clyde the Glide is good. And we're back to a 10-point game. 54-44. 4.5 minutes to play, second quarter. Open for Milwaukee is Block. Working against Lucas down low. He's got a good look inside. It's around the rim. It falls off. And Phil Jackson takes the rebound for New York. New York brings it back quickly. Frazier gets it into Lucas. The short jump shot by Lucas from the baseline is good. 54-46. New York back to within 8. 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Dandridge with it inside. Looks to dump it down low to Kareem. Kareem has it in the low post. Oh, and it's stolen away by Jackson. Smart play by Jackson. Outlet to Frazier. Frazier has the numbers. Dumps it off to Lucas. Lucas can't hit the layup. He wanted a foul on the play. Didn't get the call. Jackson hustles back for the offensive rebound. His turnaround jump shot is off the rim, no good. But he is fouled on the play by Lucius Allen. And it will be 2 free throws for Phil Jackson. Jackson with a chance to cut the lead to 6 if he can convert on these. The first one bounces around and falls off the rim. The second shot for Jackson is good. And that cuts the lead to 7, 54-47. 3:49 to play before halftime. Milwaukee runs the motion offense. They've got cutters going back and forth. Can't find anybody open. They get it to Block on the inside. Backing down against Lucas. Tough matchup. Block steps into the lane, puts it up, no good. Another rebound for DeBusschere. And New York continues on the comeback trail. Frazier sets things up. They get it inside to Lucas. Lucas drops into the paint. He has space. He puts it up and good.
Jerry Lucas.
8 points from Jerry Lucas give the assist to Frazier. And the lead is back down to 5. This is as close as New York has been the entire second quarter. Milwaukee's got to get Abdul-Jabbar involved, but Jackson has got him sealed off. He's undersized, but he is a smart player, and he is denying Kareem the possession. Dandridge has it inside. DeBusschere's all over him. Dandridge looks for help. Can't find any. He's forced out to the perimeter. His jump shot is no good, and DeBusschere comes out with the rebound. Nice play by DeBusschere, first team all defense. And New York is going to slow it up in transition. Dave Gardner, interesting topic on digital to dice today. I'm a few weeks behind on my digital to dice, but I'm always looking forward to it. Usually that's how I entertain myself on my Sunday dog walks. So tell us more. What did Dave Gardner have to say today? As New York has the basketball, Barnett has it on the perimeter. He's going to try and take it inside against Lucius Allen. He gets into the lane. Dandridge cuts him off. The short jump shot by Barnett's no good. Tipped by Jackson over to Lucas. Lucas tries for the putback. His short jump shot is up and around the rim, blocked away by Jabbar. He's an enforcer. That's the third time we've heard that tonight. Credit that rebound to Wally Jones, but we've got a loose ball foul on the play, and that is going to go against Jones. That is his third. So we'll have to take him out. Phil Jackson is desperate to come out, but with every dead ball, he's on the free throw line. The first shot for Jackson here is good. And boy, what yeoman's work is Jackson doing here tonight? Bodying up on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the defensive end, leading the team with 12 points on the offensive end. It has been a great night for Phil Jackson here tonight, as he hits both the free throws, and New York is back within 3. And Milwaukee is going to call timeout here, as they are going to, let's see, New York is going to bring Charlie Paulk back into the game. And Milwaukee is going to bring Charles Lowry back into the game to replace Wally Jones with the 3 fouls. Multiple game disorder. That sounds like a great show. As we also say hello to Bob's Tabletop Sports. Good evening to Bob, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. We're coming up on halftime as the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks are battling it out for the middle of the pack in the gold division. And I'm glad Bob's here, because Bob was the one who inspired me to do this relegation format. And both these teams are on the brink of the relegation spot, as they are in 3rd and 4th place in the division, with Atlanta close behind in 5th place in the gold division. And one of those 3 teams, the Bucks, the Knicks, or the Hawks, will be relegated to the silver division at the end of this season. It's a 20-game regular season, and we are about 14 games in. All right, so Milwaukee has the basketball. It will be John Block to inbound. Open out on top is Lucius Allen. Allen from the perimeter. Shoots the fall-away jumper. No good. He was off balance on that one. And Charlie Paulk captures the rebound for the Knicks. New York looks to cut further into the lead. Frazier's going to call his own number against the backup Charles Lowry, and he drills another jump shot.
Walt Frazier.
Boy, Walt Frazier not usually known for his jump shots, but he's hit 4 of those tonight. He's got 11, and the lead has been cut to 1. Milwaukee led by as much as 13, and New York has just pecked away at that. And with 2.5 to go, it is a 1-point game. They look inside to Kareem. In the paint, defended by Paulk. Foul on the play is on Frazier. That's a reach-in foul. So that'll just be 1 shot for Kareem. Probably a smart foul by Frazier before Kareem could get the shot off. His free throw attempt is good. Kareem's got 12. And the lead for Milwaukee is 2. New York with a chance to tie the game here at the 2:20 mark. They look inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere steps into the paint. He's got some room against Dandridge. His turnaround jump shot is blocked by Abdul-Jabbar. He's an enforcer. John Block takes the rebound for Milwaukee as the Bucks deny New York's attempt to tie the game. Lowry drops it down inside to John Block. Under 2 minutes to play. Block looking down to Abdul-Jabbar. Jabbar gets into the lane. His jump shot is no good. Jerry Lucas takes the rebound for New York. Milwaukee gets the transition defense back, and Dick Barnett pulls it out, gives it to Frazier, who will set the offense. They've got it down inside to Charlie Polk now. He's going to try and feed it to Lucas on the baseline. Oh, and we've got another elbow injury. Charlie Polk shaken up, but he will remain in the game. I don't know what it is with these Knicks and their elbows tonight. But they have 21 on the shot clock. Frazier now has it out on top. He faces off against Lowry. Frazier dumps it off to Barnett. Barnett from the outside, that's nowhere close. Barnett missed badly on that shot, and the ball goes back over to Milwaukee. Milwaukee leads 55-53. 2 minutes to go before halftime. Lowry has it out on top. Looks to distribute. Sends it into Dandridge. Dandridge from the elbow. He's been very effective out there in the second quarter. This time his shot is blocked by Charlie Polk. DeBusschere grabs the rebound, outlets to Frazier. Once again, Milwaukee is able to get back in transition on the defense. And the Knicks pull it back. Inside they work it to Lucas. Under a minute and a half to play. Lucas back to Frazier. The deep jump shot by Frazier is no good. Rebound taken by Dandridge. Frazier's not going to make all of them. He missed that one. And once again, the Knicks' attempt to tie the game is denied as we head down to the final minute of play here in the first half. With it on the perimeter is Lucius Allen, the UCLA product. Drives to his left. Cut off by Polk. Shot from the key is no good. John Block takes the offensive board. John Block with the putback attempt. His short jump shot is off the rim, no good. Falls off the rim, and the rebound is taken by Jerry Lucas. Somebody help SDG replays out. Who's that enforcer? I think his name is Roger Murdoch. As Dick Barnett has it on the outside. Working against Allen. Last minute of play of the second quarter. Barnett back to Frazier. Frazier looks inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere backing it into the paint. Tries to get one up over Dandridge. He gets it to go.
Dave DeBusschere.
And we are tied. What a comeback by the New York Knicks. And with 45 seconds left to play before halftime, the score is tied at 55. With it is Lowry. Walt Frazier's all over him. Lowry can't find any help. Dumps it into Dandridge. 14 on the shot clock. Dandridge tries to get it down to Jabbar. Jabbar's got Lucas on him. Posting up. Tosses it up. And it's blocked. Charlie Polk got another one. And Jerry Lucas takes the rebound. New York with a chance to take their first lead of the game. As Frazier sets the offense and gets it to Dick Barnett on the outside. 20 on the game clock, 14 on the shot clock. Barnett looks to drive. He steps around Lucius Allen. Right to left reverse layup is good.
Dick Barnett from Frazier.
Nice little inside move there for Barnett. And with 12 seconds to go before halftime, the Knicks have their first lead of the ball game. Milwaukee's going to play for the last shot here. Allen has it on the perimeter. He drives to the basket, lays it up softly. It falls off the rim, no good. Blocked away
half,
by Charlie Polk,
New York
and that
57,
is the end of the first
Milwaukee
half.
55.
What a comeback by the New York Knicks, coming from 13 points down to take a 2-point lead at the half. All right, I promised you some channel updates, And the channel updates are as follows. Tomorrow, this is my wife's weekend to work, so you'll see lots of Epic Sports Broadcasting Network action tonight throughout the weekend. Tomorrow it will be Heartland Championship Wrestling. And every year in the month of October, Heartland Championship Wrestling has a tournament known as the Filsinger Cup Tournament, named for Tom Filsinger, the creator of the Legends of Wrestling card game. And quite honestly, Tom Filsinger is the most interesting man I've ever met. He is a psychology professor. He is very, very well educated, very articulate. He has a keen interest in the JFK assassination. He has published papers on the evidence that he has analyzed around that. And on top of everything else, he is a wrestling fan par excellence. And so I have talked to Dave Gardner about getting Tom Filsinger on the Digital to Dice podcast. I think he'd be a great listen, and I'm very appreciative to Dave for his willingness to have Tom on the show. Tom is a great guy. Anyhow, the Filsinger Cup tournament every October is a tournament that consists of everybody who has held a championship in Heartland Championship Wrestling over the past 12 months. We go from 1 October to 1 October, and everybody who was a champion is entered into a tournament. So we've got men's singles, we've got men's tag team, ladies singles, and ladies tag team. And the Filsinger Cup tournaments are in full swing. So tomorrow night on the channel, you will see action from the Filsinger Cup tournament, brought to you by West Coast Championship Wrestling. Some good matches in store for tomorrow night, as Adam Cole faces off against Jay Lethal. Those two had a very intense rivalry throughout 2020 in West Coast Championship Wrestling. Also in tag team action in the Filsinger Cup tournament, it will be the Briscoe brothers taking on the team of Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. And in the main event, it will be a Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship match, not a tournament match, but the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship will be on the line when Michael Elgin defends against Nick Aldis. So those will be your main events on the channel tomorrow night for Heartland Championship Wrestling. Of course, on Sunday, My Journey with Jesus returns as we talk about living and walking in hope in our relationship with Jesus. And that's a very pertinent topic in 2020 with pandemics and sick presidents and elections and cultural turmoil, and with all the stuff we have going on in the world around us. It is a good time to reflect on Jesus. And whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, whether you like him or don't like him, thoughts and prayers to Donald Trump, the president, as he is now battling COVID. And the Bible tells us to pray for all of our elected leaders, and we are praying for Donald Trump and for this nation. So thank you for that brief little interlude. On Monday night, I will give you an update also on the Historical Baseball Project. At the end of the third quarter, I've got a couple of new pieces of memorabilia to show, and looking forward to that as well. But for now, let's take a look at our halftime box score, with the Knicks holding a 2-point lead over the Milwaukee Bucks, 57-55. And for the Bucks, the leading scorer, not surprisingly, is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's got 12 points. He's got 5 rebounds. 6 rebounds for John Block. We noticed at the end of the first quarter a big rebound discrepancy in favor of Milwaukee, and that has evened out. So the Knicks hit the boards hard in the second quarter. 8 rebounds for Jerry Lucas, 7 rebounds for Dave DeBusschere. DeBusschere with those 12 points. The leading scorer off the bench for the Knicks is Phil Jackson with 13. So this game tightened up when the Bucks went cold at in the field goal department, and the Knicks started hitting the boards. And it is just a 2-point game heading into the third quarter. Walt Frazier really took control of the New York offense in the second period, finished with 10 points on the quarter. Bob Dandridge with 10 for the quarter for Milwaukee, as we are ready now to return to action. We will put the starters back in for both teams. Wally Jones, Lucius Allen, and Bob Dandridge in the backcourt. And in the front court, it is Block and Abdul-Jabbar. Or did I get that mixed up? The backcourt is the guards. So Frazier and Bradley are the backcourt duo for New York. And in the front court, we have DeBusschere, Lucas, and Charlie Polk. So we are ready for action here in quarter number 3 in this very closely contested ball game. I think that injury to Luther Rackley could hurt New York, and as the Knicks get tired out and as the game wears on, Milwaukee has the superior depth, and that may be to their benefit. As Milwaukee controls the tip, and they swing it around, they get it to Jones outside. Jones calls his own number, takes the jump shot from the top of the key. That's no good, but he's fouled on the play by Frazier, and that is not a good foul by Clyde the Glide. Never foul a jump shooter, it's been said. Jones on the first shot is good. Second shot for Wally Jones is good. And coming off the bench, Wally Jones, or coming out of the break, Wally Jones hits 2 free throws, and the game is tied. 57 all. Knicks with their first possession of the half. And with it on the baseline is Lucas. Comes off the screen from Polk. He's got an open jump shot from the baseline. Oh, instead he fakes. He takes it into the lane, lays it up and
Jerry Lucas.
He faked John Block out of his lingerie on that play, and New York goes back out on top by 2. Milwaukee with it on the baseline is Dandridge. The open man on the switch is Lucius Allen. He beat Charlie Polk to the spot.
Allen from Abdul-Jabbar.
Polk is never going to keep up with Lucius Allen running the perimeter, and that is an easy 2 for Allen to once again tie the game. 59-59, 11-14 to play, third quarter. With it outside is Frazier. Working against Wally Jones. Frazier's going to look to crossover. Oh, nice crossover. Goes hard to the rack, but Lucius Allen picked his pocket. Very nice help defense by Allen to tip that one away and gain another possession for the Milwaukee Bucks. Allen with it now on the outside. Takes it into the lane, working against Bradley with those 3 fouls. And we have got a whistle on the play. They want the foul on Bradley, but instead it is an illegal screen, and that's going to go against John Block. And Milwaukee is not very happy about that call. But the Knicks don't care about the Milwaukee motions at this point in time. The referees don't care. As the referee looks at Block and says, "Tell your story walking." Frazier with it out on top. Once again, he's going to call his own number. Very solid second quarter. Frazier this time starts off the third with a miss. It won't go down, but Allen got him on the hand. And that is the first team foul. And the second foul overall. The offensive foul does not get charged as a team foul, but Walt Frazier is going to the line, and he will shoot 2. They got him in the act. And Frazier missed the first. As that rascal Ron Junkett has posted something on the Retro Sports Network. Frazier's second shot is good, and New York has a 60-59 lead. Milwaukee coming back with a chance to regain the lead. They look inside to Kareem. Kareem has a step on Charlie Block. And Lucas reached in and fouled him. That's 3 on Lucas. He needs to be careful now. Kareem back to the free throw line where he is 8 for 10 on the day. Now 9 for 11 as he hits that one. 9 of his 13 have come from the free throw line. He's had a relatively quiet night from the field. And the score is again tied now at 60. 10-17 to play in the third quarter. Frazier has the ball out on top. He comes off the screen. He's got an open look at a jump shot. He nails it.
Walt Frazier from Lucas.
Give the assist to Lucas on that one. Really give the assist to DeBusschere for a very nice screen. All Lucas had to do was get the pass there, and Frazier did the rest. New York leads 62-60. Milwaukee with the basketball. They get it inside to Dandridge. Working from the elbow. Guarded loosely by DeBusschere. Dandridge hits another one. That's his spot, and he knows how to capitalize. We're tied again at 62. The ball goes into Polk. Polk looks for help. Tries to get it to DeBusschere. They swing it outside to Frazier. Frazier has to take the jump shot. It's off the rim, no good. Dandridge takes the rebound. Milwaukee with a chance to regain the lead. Jones with it out on top, and we've got another dislocated elbow. I don't know what it is with these dislocated elbows tonight, but this time it is Lucius Allen who is headed out of the game. And in his place comes the very popular John McLaughlin. Nice first half for McLaughlin with 10. And he's going to be called upon to log some extra minutes here tonight. John blocked to inbound for Milwaukee. Looking inside again to Dandridge. Dandridge having a good night on that left elbow. But this time Polk stripped him and stole it. Frazier on the fast break. We've got a whistle and too many steps on Frazier. That's a turnover. Still 62-62. Dandridge is open on the outside. But DeBusschere denies the pass. They get it over to Wally Jones. Jones is going to pull the trigger, free throw line extended. But it's stolen by Jerry Lucas. Jones couldn't get the shot off. Back and forth we go. Both teams have kind of hit a dry spell here as the game remains tied at 62. 9 minutes to play third quarter. DeBusschere on the inside has a mismatch over John McLaughlin. DeBusschere backs him down. The short jump shot is good.
Dave DeBusschere.
That's 14 for DeBusschere. The Knicks are stepping it up. Milwaukee wants to get it to Kareem. They need to be doing that more. Working against Charlie Polk. They dump it around the outside. Good ball movement. Jabbar with the open look. It's no good. That's 5 misses in a row for Abdul-Jabbar. The rebound goes to Charlie Polk. Polk with the outlet to Frazier. Frazier leads the break. Frazier dumps it off to Polk, and Polk misses the layup. Offensive rebound by Lucas. He passes it back out to Frazier. And the Knicks will have a fresh 24 now, leading by 2. Looking to extend that lead. Lucas has space to operate on the baseline. Has it in the corner, drives it to the hole. Jabbar cuts him off. His shot's no good. Polk takes the rebound. Polk on the putback attempt. He pump fakes. He lays it up. It's no good. Rolls around and out. But he is bumped on the play by Abdul-Jabbar. And it will be a 2-shot foul for Charlie Polk as he looks to extend the New York lead. His first free throw is no good. Rolls around and out. They must have popped Lucius Allen's elbow back into place because he's ready to return. Some fine orthopedic work there by your Milwaukee Bucks team physician. Polk misses a second. Loose ball, it's fought for. Lucas grabs it out of the scrum. Lucas tries to put it back up. His rainbow jump shot is good.
Jerry Lucas.
That's a bonus for New York as Polk missed both the free throws, but Lucas grabbed the offensive board and gets the putback. And with 8 minutes to play in the third, New York has a 4-point lead, and that's their biggest of the game. Wally Jones sets the offense, dumps it inside to Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem on the block. His short jump shot is good.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Finally, another field goal for Abdul-Jabbar. He's got 15. He's got 5 rebounds and 5 assists. And Milwaukee is back within 2. Once again, they look to DeBusschere on the switch. He's got a mismatch inside against the smaller McLaughlin. Kicks it out to Bradley. Over to Frazier, back into DeBusschere. Milwaukee's smothering him, and DeBusschere has to call a timeout. 9 seconds to go on the shot clock, and Milwaukee's going to have to draw up a play here and get something quickly going to the basket. They get it to Bradley. Bradley from 15. It's good.
Bill Bradley.
Only the second hoop tonight for Bradley, but that puts New York on top by 4. Open outside now is McLaughlin. Comes off the screen, goes hard to the rack. Easy layup is good.
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin stepped around Charlie Paulk and broke his ankles on that one. New York still on top by 2 with the lead and the basketball. With it is Frazier. Frazier looks to drive. Steps around Wally Jones, gets into the lane, lays it up and good.
Walt Frazier.
Jabbar was late getting over on that one. He's supposed to be the enforcer, but Frazier beat him to the spot on that one, lays it up and good. Frazier now leads all scorers with 16. And New York is back on top by 4. Milwaukee wants Kareem. Kareem on the baseline with the floater. It's good.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem now starting to heat up. This game has been a lot of fun. Back and forth we go. Bradley now has it on the perimeter. Bradley's going to pull the trigger. From the left wing, his jump shot is good.
Bill Bradley.
Both teams are heating up now. The lead for New York once again is 4. We're having fun now in Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Inside it goes to John Block. Block steps into the lane, pump fakes against Lucas. Powers his way into the basket, lays it up and good.
Block from Jones.
Block in his 6th year out of USC brings Milwaukee back to within 2, 6.5 to play. Third quarter. Action picking up here in the Madison Square Garden. Bradley has it on the outside. Bradley's going to pull the trigger again from the perimeter. This one is off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Dandridge. Milwaukee now with a chance to tie the game. They force it inside to Kareem. Kareem lays it up off the glass. He rolls around and out. Jabbar gets his own rebound. He tries for the putback. He lays it up and good.
Abdul-Jabbar.
In the words of Kenny Mayne, that was good stick-to-itiveness by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He now has 19, and we are tied with 6 minutes to play in the third. Very exciting action here in the third as New York wants to get it inside to Lucas. Lucas comes off the screen. He's got all kinds of space. Frazier can't get it to him. Frazier takes his own jump shot. It's no good, but he is fouled by McLaughlin. And Walt Frazier will go to the line for 2 shots. It's been a very fast-paced and exciting third quarter as the teams have pretty well stayed out of foul trouble and been able to keep their front lines out there. Frazier missed another free throw. Uncharacteristic 2 misses by Frazier here tonight. His second one is up and good, and that puts New York on top 73-72. Back come the Bucks. They dump it back into Kareem. Kareem finally finding some space to operate. Steps into the lane and jams it home with the left hand.
From McLaughlin.
Nice inside footwork by Kareem. The Bucks are now on top by 1. Frazier with it. Crosses over on Jones. Gets into the lane. Gets a pick from Paulk. Abdul-Jabbar comes over and made him alter the shot that time. He misses, and Block cleans the glass for Milwaukee. Wally Jones has it in transition. It's a 4-on-4. He dumps it off to Dandridge. Dandridge's layup attempt rolls around and falls off. The rebound is taken by Frazier. New York's going to push it back the other way. Frazier leads the break. Frazier coast to coast. He missed the layup. It's no good. He is screaming for a foul, and he gets the foul. That is going to be on McLaughlin, and that will send Frazier back to the free throw line. First shot by Frazier is good, and that ties it at 74. Frazier now wants to put the Knicks back on top with the second free throw, and it's good. That's 19 for Frazier. New York is back on top 75-74. What a game we're seeing here tonight in Madison Square Garden. Once again, the Bucks look to Jabbar. This time he's got Bradley on the mismatch. His jump shot, he cannot get it to fall. He's claiming that Bradley got him on the elbow, and indeed he is correct, as Bradley is whistled for the foul, and that is his fourth. He's about due for a rest anyways, but he's going to have to come out of the game now as Abdul-Jabbar converts the first. We're tied at 75. And back into the game will be Dick Barnett to replace Bill Bradley. Charlie Polk is desperate for a rest here, so we'll bring Phil Jackson into the game and keep Lucas out there at the power forward. We'll go ahead and bring some subs in for Milwaukee. Toby Kimball returns to the game, replacing John Block, who gets a rest. Good night for Block, 7 rebounds. And we'll go ahead and bring Charles Lowry back into the game at the point guard. So we're tied at 75. Abdul-Jabbar has one more free throw. His second shot is good. Milwaukee back on top now, 76-75. They're going to look inside to Phil Jackson. Jackson gave the Knicks a nice spark in the first half. He's loosely covered by Kimball. His baseline jump shot this time rolls around, no good. Fight for the rebound. DeBusschere comes off with it and passes it back out to Frazier. They've got Lucas open on the low block against Kareem. This is a tough matchup. Lucas gets a good look inside but can't get it to go. Dandridge takes the rebound for Milwaukee. Bucks look to extend the lead. With it now is Dandridge on the outside. DeBusschere's all over him. Dandridge looks for help. He double dribbled. Well defended by DeBusschere on that play. The first team All-NBA defender made his presence known in that situation. And now with 4:19 to play, we're going to go ahead and bring the rest of the second unit back in. We'll bring Lucius Allen back in with the restored elbow. Bill Dinwiddie at the small forward. And we'll bring Barry Nelson in for Milwaukee. And for the Knicks, Dean Meminger back in at the point. Barnett is heating it up at the shooting guard. DeBusschere is going to have to log some more time at the small forward. And everybody else is, we've got the most fresh team available here. And we're back to action. They've got 2 options down on the block now. They get it into Lucas. Much more room to operate in there with Kareem on the bench, but Lucas still can't hit. Tipped up by Jackson, rebound by DeBusschere. DeBusschere on the putback. His short jump shot is good.
Dave DeBusschere.
New York back on top by 2 on the putback by DeBusschere. He now has 16 to go with 9 rebounds. Very productive night for DeBusschere. The veteran out of Detroit Mercy. Milwaukee with the basketball. Lowry works it out on top. Looks for help. He goes over to Allen. 4 on the shot clock. Allen tries to get into the lane. Can he get the shot off in time? Yeah, it's off the rim, no good. But he is bumped by Barnett. And it will be Lucius Allen and his miraculously repaired dislocated elbow to shoot 2. First shot for Allen is no good. He can tie the game if he connects on this one. And he missed them both. How about that? Phil Jackson takes the rebound. New York looks to extend the lead. Open inside is DeBusschere. But we've got a foul on the backcourt, and that is on Dinwiddie. That is his second, the team's fifth. And Dick Barnett will get the legendary 3 to make 2 at the free throw line. First shot by Barnett's good. Number 2 for Barnett is good. So New York on top by 3 now. 3:33 to play, third period. It's threes all around on the scoreboard, as Lowry has it out on top. They don't have much offense in this particular configuration. They get it inside to Nelson. Nelson's going to look for Lucius Allen if he can get it to him. Allen from the perimeter shoots from 15. It's no good. But a foul is called on Dave DeBusschere, and Allen goes back to the free throw line. He missed his last 2. Let's see if he can convert this time. He steps it up, and he missed another one, 3 in a row. Maybe that elbow's not in such good shape after all. Second shot for Allen is good. 79-77, New York with the lead in the basketball. 3:19 to play, third quarter. Memminger looks to distribute, sends it outside to Barnett. Barnett's going to drive on Lucius Allen. Takes it to the baseline. Dinwiddie cuts him off. Barnett's shot from the lane is no good. Lucas takes the offensive rebound for New York. Lucas with the putback attempt, and he converts.
Jerry Lucas.
That's 14 and 11 for Jerry Lucas. Very productive night. New York now back on top by 4 as we're under 3 minutes to play in the third. With it now is Kimball. Kimball down low working against Phil Jackson. We've got another arm injury, Charles Lowry, flexing and extending his arm. These guys need to do more 12-ounce curls and get those arms in better shape. Lowry will stay in the game. And with 16 on the shot clock, the ball is in the hands of Lucius Allen, working against Barnett. Allen by far the best offensive player on the floor for Milwaukee, so he's going to take this one to the hole. And we've got a whistle, and we have got a technical foul called on Phil Jackson. He was being screened, and I guess he didn't like it. Not that Phil Jackson has ever said anything to a referee as long as he's lived. And Allen hits the free throw. And that cuts the Milwaukee lead to 3. Kimball to inbound as Milwaukee looks to cut into the lead. Available is Lucius Allen, the most offensive player on the floor for Milwaukee. He tries to get it into Nelson. It's stolen by Dick Barnett. New York has numbers in transition. Memminger in the lead. And Memminger loses it out of bounds. What do you mean Zen Buddhism doesn't work? You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball? Dinwiddie is open on the outside as Lowry runs the offense. Milwaukee running motion. They get it inside to Nelson. Backing down against Lucas. Nelson takes the shot with 15 on the shot clock. He's got a good look. He drains it.
Nelson.
And with 2 minutes to go, it's a 1-point game here in the third. With it inside is DeBusschere. Nelson comes over on the switch. DeBusschere backs it down, tries to get a shot off. He's able to release the turnaround. He gets it to go.
Dave DeBusschere from Memminger.
Boy, the sensational play for Dave DeBusschere continues for New York. Knicks back out on top by 3. We are now under 2 minutes to go in the third. Milwaukee runs the offense with Lowry. Lowry takes it in against Memminger. Runs into Memminger. Nice flop. And they call the offensive foul on Lowry. My goodness, the Memminger pulled one over on the referees that time. And the call goes against Lowry. The basketball goes back to the Knicks. With it is Memminger, being guarded by Lowry, who's clearly frustrated after that last exchange. Memminger swings it over to Barnett. Barnett drives on Lucius Allen, takes it to the baseline. Stepped on the line out of bounds. Another turnover for New York. Turnovers quite even on this one, 13-12. Milwaukee with 13 turnovers to 12 for the Knicks. And with 1:14 to play, Milwaukee still trails by 3 with the basketball. They run the offense once again through Allen. Allen ball fakes, drives the lane. Lucas comes over to meet him. Allen forces the jump shot up, no good. Barry Nelson sneaks in for the offensive rebound. His putback attempt, he rises up and scores it.
Nelson.
Lucas came over to help against the penetration, and that left Nelson alone on the block for the putback. And it is now 83-82. Final minute to play, third quarter. And the Bucks are going to look inside to Phil Jackson. He pump fakes. He travels. He gets into lane. He shoots, no good. But he is hammered on the play by Lowry. Jackson got away with a couple extra shuffles of the feet on that one and earned his trip to the line, where he connects on the first to put New York on top by 2. 14 off the bench for Jackson tonight. Very nice performance. Jackson knocks down the second, and New York once again is on top by 3. Milwaukee with the basketball. They get it inside to Kimball. 12 on the shot clock. Kimball turns and faces up. Pulls the trigger from the baseline and hits
Kimball.
4 points now for Kimball. Milwaukee back to within 1. New York will call for the final shot of the quarter, as there are only 21 seconds left on the clock.
At the end of the third quarter, New York 85.
Oh, and they didn't even get
Milwaukee
it off.
84.
Lowry knocked it away, and that ran out the clock. As we take a look at the third quarter box score. Very entertaining third quarter, 29-28 in favor of Milwaukee. As New York comes in with a 1-point lead as we go to the break. And it is Abdul-Jabbar with 23 points. He got loose in that third quarter, and he leads all scorers. Walt Frazier doing very well for the Knicks with 19 and 4 assists. And Jerry Lucas, 14 points, 11 boards for the Knicks. Lots of good performances. McLaughlin, 12 off the bench for Milwaukee. 12.7 rebounds for Bob Dandridge. Now, quickly, before we go back to fourth quarter action, I do want to show a couple of pieces of memorabilia. I tried to show these on my Monday night stream, which did not come through. But a couple of cool pieces of memorabilia I picked up this week. Yeah, let me flip this over to me. Hi, everybody. It's me, Dave. First piece of memorabilia I have is a USMC Marine card, which came from Brewers Cards Forever. I was on his stream for a bit, and he was giving these cards away in exchange for donations to the Wounded Warrior Project. So he had these cards made, and the back of the card says, "Happy Veterans Day, Brewers Cards Forever. Spent over 6 years in the United States Marine Corps as a communications repairman, battalion armorer, and a military policeman. He saw lots of places around the world, including Okinawa, Norway, the Philippines, South Korea, Thailand, Somalia, and the armpit of the U.S., 29 Palms, twice. Semper Fi from Brewers Cards Forever, and thank you for your commitments to support the Wounded Warrior Project." I know Bob Hansen also has military service in his background. Thank you to Bob, and to anyone else who is here tonight or watching on the replay. Thank you for your service. We owe each and every one of you a tremendous debt of gratitude. Also in the mail this week, my second ever Play Cup, courtesy of Keith Abalone. For those of you who follow the play.com line of games, may know that anybody who completes a project and reaches out to Keith to report on that project can be the recipient of a Play Cup. And this week I received my Play Cup from Keith, as a result of the History Maker Baseball tournament I completed earlier this year called the Best Team I've Ever Seen tournament. And Keith was gracious enough to send this along. And also, in the monthly Play.com email, Keith put out a link to the written summary of the History Maker Baseball tournament that I sent him. And eventually, I expect that will also be linked from the community page of the Play.com website. So thank you to Keith for being a great, great game developer, great customer service, and just a great, great all-around guy. Thank you for the Play Cup. And now we are ready for the fourth quarter of action as we go back to the screen. Let's take a quick look at third quarter scoring, just for fun. Kareem with 11 carried Milwaukee in that corner. New York had a balanced scoring attack, 8 for Frazier, 6 for Lucas, 6 for DeBusschere. Those are their big three, with Willis Reed unavailable due to injury. So very entertaining ball game. Looking forward to quarter number 4. Thanks everybody for hanging out here tonight. Let's get back to action. It looks like everybody is pretty fresh for Milwaukee. And for New York, everybody is fresh enough to go. We'll probably want to spell Lucas, and we might run DeBusschere down to the 4 for a while, depending on how this all works itself out. We really need to keep Bill Bradley out of foul trouble for New York, because that really threw a monkey wrench into their rotation, especially with injuries to two of their bigs, Willis Reed and Luther Rackley. So back to action we go, and the jump ball is controlled by Milwaukee. Trailing by 1, they get it to Lucius Allen on the outside, working against Dick Barnett, the veteran. He dishes it out. He barrels into Barnett, and Allen is called for the offensive foul. Gutsy play by Barnett to step in front, but he beat Allen to the spot, and the referees rewarded him for it. And the ball goes back over to New York. 85-84, Knicks with the lead and the basketball. The open man inside for New York is Phil Jackson. His short jump shot is good.
Phil Jackson.
Jackson doing very good work for the Knicks here tonight. Lowry has it out on top. He wants to take Memminger into the lane. He tries to get it to Allen outside, loses it out of bounds. That's a turnover. Ball goes back to New York. Memminger looks for an open man, can't find anybody. Barnett's being smothered by Lucius Allen. DeBusschere denied by Dinwiddie. Memminger has to call his own number. He fires from outside. It's good!
Dean Memminger.
Memminger with the basket. That's his first 2 points of the night. And that puts the Knicks on top by 5, their biggest lead of the game. Milwaukee looks to Allen on the perimeter. His jump shot from 15 is no good. DeBusschere with the rebound. That's a double-double for DeBusschere, as New York opts to walk this one up, protecting that 5-point lead. Barnett brings it into the front court. Works it to Memminger, back to the perimeter. Down inside to Lucas. Lucas works from the block. His foot was out of bounds. That's another turnover. Ball goes back to Milwaukee. Bucks with it, trying to cut into the 5-point deficit. Open inside is Barry Nelson. His short jump shot from the paint is good.
Nelson.
6 points for Nelson. The lead's cut to 3. Milwaukee buying time before they bring the first unit back in. Some sweatsuits are also starting to come off on the New York bench, as this is going to be a Donnybrook down the stretch. Inside with it now is Jackson. Kimball gives him space to operate. Jackson from the perimeter hits it.
Phil Jackson.
19 for Jackson. Open for Milwaukee is Allen, their most offensive player. His jump shot from outside is good.
Allen, from Dinwiddie.
8 for Allen. The lead is once again 3. And this time it will be New York to take the timeout, as we're going to go ahead and make some substitutions on both ends. It's a little early, but the reserves are tired and the starters are fresh. And this is an important game, so we're going to get our starters back in there and run them as long as we can. And for New York, back comes Frazier. We're going to go with Monroe at the 2 and Bradley at the 3. We'll leave Jackson out there and bring Polk back in at the 5. And hopefully this will be able to buy us enough minutes to cover that depleted New York front line. Okay, New York by 3 with the basketball. Little glitch in the game here as they try to catch up with all the subs. And it's a missed shot by Bradley, and the rebound taken by Wally Jones. Are they going to run? Yes, they're going to run with Jones and McLaughlin. It is Jones who takes it in. His layup is off the front rim, no good. And Monroe takes the rebound. Now Frazier has it in transition for the Knicks. And he is hacked on the play by Jones. Actually, he got it over to Monroe, and it was Monroe who drew the foul on Wally Jones. It'll be one shot for Earl Monroe as that foul took place on the floor. Monroe hits it. New York is back on top by 4. 92-88. Milwaukee trails. Wally Jones back out on top. Immediately they look to Kareem down low. Kareem kicks it back out to Dandridge. Back to Jones. They finally get Abdul-Jabbar loose in the lane, and he slams it home.
From McLaughlin.
Nice little backdoor they ran there, as McLaughlin got the ball, came off the pick, threw the alley-oop to Jabbar, and Jabbar slammed it home. 25 now for Kareem. The New York lead is 2. With it is Bradley on the outside. Bradley's going to pull the trigger from the left wing, 15 feet away. His shot is no good. Dandridge takes the rebound for Milwaukee, and they're going to slow things down. No reason to push it with a weapon on the low block like Kareem. Jones has it. He looks to Kareem. Kareem hands it off to Block in the lane. Block's short jump shot is blocked away by Monroe. Earl the Pearl got him. Abdul-Jabbar comes out with the rebound. 10 on the shot clock. Kareem with the sky hook. It's good.
Abdul-Jabbar.
It's a tie ball game, 92-92. As Kareem has quickly come in and scored the first 4 points. New York is going to look now to Jackson. Jackson in the low post. Works against John Block. Puts up the perimeter jump shot. That's good. Jackson from the baseline. He's got 21. Good night for the Zen Master. Milwaukee works it around. They get it down inside to Block. Block tries to bounce it down low to Kareem on the low post. And another kick out to McLaughlin, another alley-oop, and another slam for Kareem.
From McLaughlin.
How about that? Bradley got him on the hand, and that is 5 on Bradley. So what do we do now? Bradley is got his 5th foul. I'm going to leave DeBusschere on the bench and let him get a little more rest. If Bradley does foul out, we'll have more freshness out of DeBusschere. So we're going to go with that approach. Boy, this is a tough call because we might also need help at the power forward spot. I think we're going to be okay here. Free throw for Jabbar as he looks for the three-point play. It's good. And Milwaukee now takes a one-point lead, 95-94. 8 minutes, 17 seconds to play as we come down the stretch. Open on the outside is Bradley. He calls for it. He gets it from Frazier. Bradley from 15 nails it.
Bill Bradley.
New York needed that. They go back on top by 1. They get it inside to Jabbar, coming back for the Bucks. Defended by Polk. Turnaround jump shot by Kareem is good.
Abdul-Jabbar, from McLaughlin.
He's got it going on now. He's in a rhythm with McLaughlin, as that is 3 straight baskets by Kareem that were all assisted by McLaughlin. Playing that little two-man game for Milwaukee. The Bucks back on top by 1. 97-96, under 8 minutes to play. Frazier has it. He's got Dandridge on the switch. Passes to Jackson. Back to Frazier with the perimeter jump shot. It's good.
Walt Frazier, from Jackson.
Clutch basket for Frazier to put New York back on top. Both teams are heating it up here in the 4th. John Block has it now inside. They can't get it to Jabbar. Block turns and faces. And his baseline jump shot
Block,
is good.
from McLaughlin.
Another assist for McLaughlin. He is dishing them up here in the 4th. Milwaukee back on top by 1. And now it is the Knicks with the basketball. Polk has it on the inside. Working against Kareem. That's not a good matchup, but he needs to take it in. He rolls it around and no good. He tried to get his own rebound, but he tipped the ball before it fell off the rim. And it goes back over to Milwaukee. Milwaukee now with the lead and the basketball, 99-98. As they work it right down to Kareem once again. Kareem inside. Strong move to the basket. Up with the shot. No good. Charlie Polk takes the rebound. Polk stood his ground. Made Abdul-Jabbar alter that shot. And came up with the rebound. Fine play by Polk on that possession. Now 7 minutes to play. Frazier with it over to Monroe. Monroe working against McLaughlin. Drives to the basket. His layup is no good. There's contact with McLaughlin. Are we going to get a whistle? Yes. There is a whistle on the play. The foul is on McLaughlin. And it will be Earl the Pearl shooting 2. And while we have the opportunity, we're going to give Phil Jackson a rest here. Monroe hits the first. Everybody on the Milwaukee side is good. And we're going to go ahead and bring Busher back in to play the 4. And give Phil Jackson a rest. All right, second shot for Monroe is good. And that puts New York back on top, 199. Both teams shooting around 52%, which is a fine percentage. Statistically, everything else is about dead even. Milwaukee has it with Block. Polk has Abdul-Jabbar pushed out onto the baseline. That gives Block a little more room inside. He steps into the lane and has it knocked away. Knocked away by DeBusschere on the defense. Milwaukee will retain possession with 12 on the shot clock. With it on the outside is McLaughlin. He's got a step on Earl Monroe. He tries to take it inside. It's stolen by Frazier. Tipped it over to Monroe. Monroe dribbles it into the backcourt. They've got DeBusschere loose now on the inside. Shoots from 15. Frazier pulled the trigger. It's no good. Polk comes out with the offensive board. Polk tries for the putback. He's got a good look at it from the inside, and he converts it.
Charlie Polk.
4 points now for Charlie Polk to go with 8 rebounds. He's out-rebounded Kareem. New York back on top by 3, 102-99. 6:21 to play. They get it to Kareem. Works it down low. Steps into the lane, lays it up and good.
Abdul-Jabbar, from Dandridge.
Give the assist to Dandridge on that one. Once again, it's a 1-point game. Back comes New York. Frazier's going to call his own number this time. Takes the shot against Jones. It's no good. McLaughlin takes the rebound. And Milwaukee will walk it back down the court. We're now past the halfway point of the fourth quarter. It's still a 1-point ball game. Milwaukee trails, but they're looking to regain the lead. McLaughlin has it on the wing. 13 on the shot clock. Working it around the perimeter, they get it back to McLaughlin. 4 on the shot clock. He takes the shot from outside. Comes off the screen from block. And we have a double foul as Abdul-Jabbar and Polk got tangled up in there. Things are getting pretty intense down the stretch here. And it will be a double foul on Abdul-Jabbar and Polk. And we're going to make some changes for the Knicks here as Jerry Lucas is good to go. So we will bring Lucas in at the 5. Actually, no. I want to bring Lucas in at the 4. Move DeBusschere to the 3. Bradley to the 2. That's what we want. All right. So everything is as it should be. 5:29 to play. Milwaukee with the basketball, trailing by 1. Block to inbound. Looks right down to Kareem off the inbound pass. 19 on the shot clock. Abdul in the lane. He drops the hammer. But he missed it. He went up for the dunk, and it rolled around and out. And Charlie Polk comes away with the rebound for Milwaukee. A little too aggressive by Kareem on that play, and it cost him. Here come the Knicks. Bradley brings it up. They're going to push it inside to DeBusschere. Working down low against Bobby Dandridge. DeBusschere comes in with the finger roll, rolls around and off. Rebounded by Dandridge. He's stripped by Lucas. And the ball goes back to New York. Frazier has it now in the front court. Under 5 minutes to play. They look to Bradley on the perimeter. His jump shot is no good. DeBusschere comes out with the rebound. New York has taken control of the glass here in this stretch of the fourth. Another opportunity for New York. This time it is DeBusschere working his way in. He puts it up from 10 feet. It's no good. It bounces out of bounds and goes to Milwaukee. Frustration for the Knicks. Milwaukee dodged a bullet that time as New York had multiple shots at it and could not convert. Up with it now is Milwaukee. The Bucks trail by 1. Wally Jones tries to get it to Kareem. Kareem is doubled up on the switch. They can't get it to him. They get it instead to Block. Block's having a good night from the baseline. That time it's kicked away by Frazier out of bounds. And the ball will stay with Milwaukee with 11 on the shot clock. And Dandridge has it now on the outside. Not where he ordinarily likes to operate. They've got Kareem down low against Frazier on the switch. It's going to be a tough pass to get it there, but they're going to go for it. Can they get it to him? They get it to him. And it's stolen away by Bradley. That probably wasn't the best decision by Dandridge or by the guy pushing the keys here for the Milwaukee Bucks. But New York has the basketball now in transition. They've got Frazier. They've got Bradley. They've got a 2-on-2 opportunity. Frazier goes hard to the hole, lays it up and good.
Walt Frazier from Bradley.
Coast to coast for Frazier. New York is back on top by 3. Milwaukee's going to go right back to Kareem. He's got a mismatch down low against Frazier. He cannot get it to go. My goodness, the double team got there in time. Abdul-Jabbar had to alter the shot, and it's another rebound for Jerry Lucas, his 12th. 4:17 to play. New York with a 3-point lead and the basketball. They've not led by more than 5 points all night, but they have an opportunity here. Lucas has it on the baseline, working against Block. Block gives him room to operate. Lucas from the baseline. 15-foot shot is good.
Jerry Lucas.
He got the bounce. And Lucas now with 16 and 12, right on his season averages. And with under 4 minutes to play, New York is on top by 5. Milwaukee needs to get something going here. Jones with it out on top. Working against Frazier. Takes it into the lane. New York is weak inside. Jones with the layup. It's good.
Jones.
Paulk had to stay home on Kareem, and Jones got in there and got the layup to cut the lead back to 3. 3:46 to play. Frazier on top. Has Dandridge on the switch. Frazier drives it into the lane. Puts it up from 10 feet. It's no good. Off the rim, Dandridge with the rebound for Milwaukee. Bucks with a chance to cut it to 1 as Jones brings it up. They get it inside to Kareem. Kareem working on Charlie Paulk. Will they bring the double? They bring the double, and DeBusschere stole it. Another good defensive play by the Knicks. And now the Knicks have numbers in transition. It's 4-on-1. It's Frazier. It's DeBusschere. And he missed the layup. Oh, my goodness. He missed the layup. And John Block takes the rebound. And Milwaukee will slow things down as we are now at the 3-minute mark. 106-103, New York in the lead. Milwaukee with the basketball. They get it to McLaughlin, 15 on the shot clock. McLaughlin working against Bradley. They can't get it to Kareem on the double. They take it to John Block instead. His short rainbow is good.
Block.
And that is 10 for Block. It seems like the short rainbow shot always falls in on this Action PC basketball. But with under 3 minutes to play, it is a 1-point game. New York 106, Milwaukee 105, the Knicks with the basketball. Frazier sets the offense. Paulk has it inside. He's trapped by Abdul-Jabbar. We tried the foolish pass earlier. This time we'll try the foolish shot. Paulk in the low post, turns and fires over Kareem. It's way off. And Block comes out with another rebound, and Milwaukee has a chance to take the lead. Here come the Bucks. Jones into the front court. They get it down to Kareem. Kareem working on Paulk. Tough in the clutch. He steps into the lane and slams it home.
Abdul-Jabbar from McLaughlin.
That's 36 for Kareem, and Milwaukee takes a 1-point lead. New York comes back with DeBusschere. DeBusschere outside, looks to distribute. Drives off the fake, and he's called for the offensive foul. And down the stretch we come. 107-106, Milwaukee with the lead and the basketball. Milwaukee content to work some clock. They get it to Jones. Jones with the jump shot. It won't fall. Abdul-Jabbar with the offensive rebound. Big rebound by Kareem. He steps into the lane. He lays it up. It's off the rim. No good. He's screaming for a call. He won't get one as Charlie Polk takes the rebound, and New York now has the chance to regain the lead. And we're going to take a timeout here for the Knicks, as we have got some tired ball players out there. And it will be Toby Kimball into the game to replace John Block. Block did everything he could tonight for the Milwaukee team, including some clutch rebounds. 10 points, 9 rebounds. Nice night for Block. And for Milwaukee, it's going to be Barnett to play 2, Bradley to play 3, DeBusschere to play 4, and Lucas to play 5. And that'll give Charlie Polk a chance to catch his breath. Final 2 minutes of the game. It's a 1-point game. The Knicks trail, but they have the ball. Looking to regain the lead. Open inside is DeBusschere, working against Toby Kimball just into the game. DeBusschere steps into the lane. His shot is off the rim, no good. DeBusschere gets his own rebound. DeBusschere tries the putback. He lays it up softly, and Abdul-Jabbar swats it. He's an enforcer. That's 5 straight misses for DeBusschere. McLaughlin takes the rebound for Milwaukee, and the Bucks will walk it back up the other way. SDG replays is biting his nails. Open on for the Bucks is Abdul-Jabbar. He comes off the screen. He's tough in the clutch. His short jump shot is good, and that is 38 for Kareem. And DeBusschere got him with the body. Kareem has taken over down the stretch. The lead is 3. Abdul-Jabbar can make it 4. He missed the free throw. Lucas takes the rebound. Still plenty of time for New York, 1:21. They trail by 3. Frazier brings it up and sends it to Barnett. Barnett swings it over to Bradley. Open from the outside, steps into the lane, lays it up. Oh, it rolls around and off. I thought that was going to go. Dandridge takes the rebound. Milwaukee will walk it up. 1:08 to play. Milwaukee by 3 with the basketball. In no hurry. Wally Jones takes it into the front court. Milwaukee burns some clock, and we've got a foul. Jones is fouled by Lucas, and he will shoot 2. Maybe a little early for Milwaukee to start fouling, as Jones converts the first free throw. That's 11 points for him tonight. Looking for 12, and it's good. 12 points for Wally Jones. Milwaukee now up by 5. New York's going to have to get something done in a hurry. 3:04 and 4 second scoring drought for New York. Barnett to inbound. Looking for Bradley. Bradley in the corner. His jump shot is off the mark. Another rebound for Kareem. And we're now under a minute to play, and Milwaukee has a 5-point lead. This will be a big win for the Bucks. Jones to Dandridge. 47 on the game clock. Milwaukee burning time, and we've got another foul. And this one is on Barnett. And once again, it will be Wally Jones headed to the free throw line for 2 shots. Jones very steady, 82% shooter. Calm, cool, and collected as he knocks down another one. Trying to ice the game for Milwaukee. He hits them both. And that is a 7-point lead with 45 seconds to play. And I think that's going to be the time for the fat lady to start tuning up the pipes. Frazier quickly takes the jump shot from outside and missed it. He rushed that one. McLaughlin with another rebound. And Milwaukee can just burn some clock. McLaughlin has it. Dribbling back over to Jones. Back to McLaughlin. He's fouled by Barnett. And now it will be 3 to make 2 for the very reliable John McLaughlin. He knocks down the first. The second shot is no good, but he will get the third opportunity here. It's now an 8-point lead, making a 9-point lead as he converts on the last. And New York has just run out of steam here and run out of opportunities. Frazier to Lucas. Lucas with the jump shot. It's around the rim, no good. But he's fouled by Kareem. I don't know what Kareem was thinking committing that foul. And it will be 2 shots for Lucas. As the lead is 9, Lucas missed the first. Lucas converts the second. And now Milwaukee can just dribble out the clock. They give it to McLaughlin. He holds the ball, and Barnett fouls him for no apparent reason. And he will shoot a couple free throws. New York determined to not go down without a fight. His first shot is good. Second shot for McLaughlin is good. And with 15 seconds to play, New York will have one last shot at it. The open man is Barnett. Barnett pulls the trigger, drives into the basket, runs over Abdul-Jabbar. Finger roll is up and good.
Dick
And
Barnett
Abdul-Jabbar
scores.
got him on the arm. But the important thing is that's 110 for New York. And whenever the Knicks score 110 points here at home, it is free tacos for everybody. So at least the fans get their free tacos, but Milwaukee will get the victory as Barnett hits the free throw. And that will set your final at Milwaukee 117, New York 110. Please tell me there's not. Yeah,
Final
McLaughlin lets
score,
the clock run, and that
Milwaukee
is the end of your ball game.
117.
Thank you to everybody
New
who
York
came out tonight. Let's
111.
take a look at the box score. Kareem was the man, 32 points. 38 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 block shots for Kareem the Enforcer. Got some help from his mates. 16 off the bench from McLaughlin, 14 for Jones. Dandridge with the 12 points, 11 rebounds. But it was all Kareem, especially in the second half and down the stretch. As Milwaukee takes home the road victory. For New York, it was Frazier with 23, 21 for Jackson, 18 and 12 for DeBusschere, 16 and 13 for Lucas, and 10 for Bradley, but they just couldn't do enough down the stretch. As Milwaukee takes the 117-111 victory. In the fourth quarter, look at that. Abdul-Jabbar, 15 points in the fourth quarter. That's the story of your ball game right there. So Kareem is your most valuable player of the game and your most valuable player of the season so far for the Bucks. All right, thank you to everybody who checked us out tonight. SGG Replays. Ken Blaylock, thanks for coming. Now Red Sox fan, Dave Gardner. Tribe fan 879. Bob Hanson from Bob's Tabletop Sports came by. So good crowd here tonight in the Dave Cave for Epic Basketball League action. And congratulations to tonight's winners. By a final score of 117-111, your winners, the Milwaukee Bucks, improving to 8-8 on the season as New York falls to 8-7. And it is going to be a dogfight to stay out of that number 5 relegation spot in the Gold Division. So thank you again to everybody for checking us out tonight. From the Dave Cave, that's our stream, and I am out of here.